Here with Zach Wigle, former member of the North Bay Battalion and the Barrie Colts, which is pretty interesting as we enter the first rivalry week in the OHL. First of all, Zach, welcome and talk about where you are now.
Yeah, so I'm taking advantage of the new OHL NCAA legislation. I am playing at RIT in Rochester, NCAA Division One hockey. I'm going to school, which has definitely been culture shift, and yeah, I'm playing hockey here.
And you played a couple games. I checked the stats. So how's that? How did those games go for you?
They've been pretty good. We are just at the very beginning of our season. We started a little bit later than the OHL, so we had one preseason game and two um, regular season games, and I think they've gone pretty well for me. Maybe not so much for the team.
Okay, let's talk about this. The OHL has started this rivalry week, and it's going on this week. Of course, North Bay's opponent, the Barrie Colts. You played most of your career with the Colts, and then about half a season with the Battalion. Um, when you were in Barrie and you had to play the Battalion, what were those? What were the sort of? What were you anticipating going into those types of games?
We always knew it was going to be one of our biggest games of the year. North Bay, especially a couple of years ago, really always played us hard. They had really good teams. I can specifically remember losing in Game 7 uh, of the second round of the playoffs. I think 3 years ago now it was. And whenever we were playing North Bay, everybody knew, our coaches knew that it was a big game and that it was an important game.
And so you get traded to North Bay. I noticed the stats last year. You were good. You scored 6 goals for Barrie, and you scored 6 goals for North Bay, as it turned out.
Yeah,
You were traded. What was that like for you going through that to be traded to one of your big rivals?
it was different. I don't think it happens to many people, to be honest. To be kind of on the other side of that big rivalry. I really enjoyed my time in North Bay, I will say. Um, I really liked my billets were amazing and the community and the staff and the players. I got along with very well. But in terms of the actual rivalry, I would say it was similar in the sense that no, everybody in North Bay knew when we were playing Barrie, but it was also special for me because, obviously when you get traded away from a team, you want to prove that, they made a mistake or whatever happened. So it was always a game that was very easy to get up for me, and one that I couldn't wait. And I feel like the team really echoed that for us.
I'm sure for you, that rivalry gets built up over what, 3.5 seasons where you play the Battalion. You want just leading up to the game, you want to get those 2 points, but you also want to send a message because you're playing that team 6 times a year, and then suddenly you're traded to that team. Maybe, I don't know if dislike's too strong a word, but obviously a little intense, right? And then you go against the team that traded you. You're playing against your buddies, who you learn to really become close to. What was that experience like? First of all, just playing against the team you were with 3.5 years, the individual players you played against.
Yeah, uh, it was very unique. I don't know if there's a good word to really explain like exactly what it was like, but it was you almost like how should I say this? You almost play them even harder than you would play against normal competition. And they were like some of the guys on Barry, especially last year, were some of my best friends. And um, it makes you more intense, and you almost want to hit them and like score on them and make moves around them even more than it would be with an ordinary person. But it makes the game a lot more personal on many different levels. Yeah, so there's a lot of emotions going through that game. Um, but yeah, I would say if I had to describe it, it'd be that it's much more personal of a game.
Now, going to put your objective hockey hat on here now, since you played on both teams. They play each other twice this week. What are the keys, do you think, for each team going into this series?
Ooh, I would say that both teams look a bit different. I know Barrie is rebuilding, so I would probably start with them and just say that their young guys, I think, need to be the difference if they're going to have success. I've watched a little bit, and it seems that they're leaning really heavily on their older guys, um, and maybe not getting enough production from some of the younger guys. But I think with the return of Baudouin and Hitchison, kind of makes sense. And then on the other hand, for North Bay, I think kind of sucks to say, but they didn't lose a ton this year. I think they're a team that will really be fighting for the top of the standings this year. And if they want to win, I think, well, their top guys just have to play well, to be honest. The guys that are returning, they have like Wellenreiter, Pro, Ammo, uh, Ignat Pazzi. Those guys need to produce like they know that they can produce in order for North Bay to win.
That's great analysis. You should be up there calling the games.
Thank you. I had to put a lot of mental effort into that one.
Okay, thanks, Zach. And speaking for all Battalion fans and Barrie fans as well, I hope things go well for you at RIT.
Thank you. It was really nice to talk to you.
Okay, take care.